Welcome back, beautiful people. Yet another video, and today I'm going to talk about vulnerability and how it actually can help you open up to new discoveries of your own artistic and creative journey. So happy that you are all back. If you're new to this channel, there are weekly videos, and the best way to be on the up and up is by subscribing to this channel. Hit that notification bell and you will never miss a new weekly video. Sit back and enjoy. Jump with me along up these stairs. Going to the studio. Wait a minute, let me just turn on the lights. Turn on these lights because listen, this used to be a monastery. And at night it gets really dark. Like you literally cannot see your hands in front of your eyes when it's dark at night. So I don't play those games. All right? I do not need to have nail spirit jumping on this body, okay? And I'm protected. I always have Florida water with me. I always have my own little prayer as I come in and come out because I need to be safe. I need to be safe. But that's not the reason why I'm starting this video like this. The next segment that you're going to look out for, it will be talking about the negative side of being an independent, self-reliant, self-sufficient person. Yes, it can have its downside. It can definitely have its negative effects. Even though through life I have developed and acquired these skills that help me now being the artist that I am and the person that I am in general in day-to-day life, it also has a negative effect because I acquired those skill sets also because it was for my own protection. It helped me get through life without getting hurt or hurt by others. But what I'm also now noticing is that when you want to set up things or you want to bring yourself forth, you want to change the trajectory of your own career, maybe just your path of life, your life path, you do need people around you, right? And you do need people to also allow to give you help, to help you with certain things, think along, brainstorm, even stand next to you and push it forth, whatever that might be. And when you are like me, you're a self-sufficient, self-reliant, independent person, it's kind of hard to ask for help. And that is what the next segment is about. It is about asking for help, how I discovered that is actually quite an obstacle for me, but also what I've learned about myself through self-awareness and self-reflection and how I'm changing that for myself, especially and specifically with the project that I'm working on, Project X, about that particular project. So this is going to be a very interesting video, right? This next segment is really going to be interesting. And I know it's definitely going to help somebody who is like, yeah, I'm doing basically everything by myself. Is that the right thing to do? It depends. That's the answer. The short answer, it depends. The long answer, well, watch the next clip. You will get to know more about that.
So what you're basically saying is, I don't trust others enough to help me. I don't trust others with my thoughts. I don't trust others with what I internally believe, think, or feel. And that's just an honest truth. That's just a truth. A truth. I don't have to like it. I don't have to accept it. But it doesn't take away the fact that it is a truth. And knowing what I've been through without making it all too deep and all of those things, yeah, that makes sense to me. It makes a lot of sense to me why I feel that way and why I believe that way. Another important factor of it as well is that when I open up my mouth to speak about the things that I would like to do, I'm not getting an authentic sense of support, right? An authentic sense of support, meaning you might not even be as enthusiastic as I am, but at least you respect me enough to see that this is something that I would really love to do. And you support me as you see that this is something that comes from me. Not everybody, and let me just put it like that, not at least not the people from whom I really wanted it, desired it from, I experienced that from. So I do kind of understand why I why I feel that way. Why I feel that way, that I have to do everything by myself. And if I ask other people, I'm afraid that when it fails, people are going to look at me and say, see, you flunked. You are a failure. Listen, I already told about the fact that I'm afraid of my own dream. So if YouTube has done one thing, it has helped me confront me with the things that I am dealing with. Yeah, so it definitely, I don't want to be seen as a failure. I don't want people to point their fingers at me like, oh, you can't, you're the one who came with that stupid idea. It's you. It's you. You're the one. I don't want people to have that looking at me. But then again, I've made mistakes before. They're from a different magnitude than now. Since I'm now organizing something for Project X. But I don't want it. I don't like the feeling. I don't like the feeling. Here's the thing. I cannot have the one without the other. I cannot ask for growth and not have the possibility that it might fail. Because it's going to be there. It's going to be a possibility that it's going to fail. It's going to be a possibility that it's not going to be exactly the way I want it to be. There's going to be a possibility that people are going to say like, that's cute. Or going to see it as a failure or whatever it might be. I can't take that away. No how. And I have to be okay with it. It doesn't mean that it has to happen that way, but I have to be okay with it. And it takes, again, the pressure away of having to be perfect. Knowing that you could fail, that it could go wrong, even if you don't want it to go wrong, even if you would rehearse, plan, budget, everything to the T, right? Everything to the T. It takes away the pressure of having it to be perfect, and no flaws could be there. Nothing could go wrong. It cannot go wrong. How dare you for it to go wrong? Well, why not? Because those mistakes are also there for us to learn about contrast, to learn about how we have a possibility to grow and develop even better. You can't do that if you're constantly perfect, because perfection doesn't give you room to grow. I don't care what anybody says. Perfection doesn't give you room to grow. And that is also kind of part of it. Like, I want it to be perfect, yeah, but what if there are mistakes happens? Then what? I will figure it out. I will figure the shit out. I've done that before. I will figure the shit out, right? Well, what if it doesn't go through? Make it go through. Make it happen. Then do the things that you need to do in order for it to happen. If I have to move when it comes to dates, the activities, how it needs to be planned and set, make it happen. Make it happen, girl. Make it happen. And I have made things happen before. Even at moments where I was like, oh my God, what if nothing? But what if nothing? Then what? Make it happen. Still make it happen. Le happen. Still make it happen. Fear can be really a numbing feeling. and can be a numbing feeling. But I'm happy that I got that download in public transportation, when I was sitting in public transportation, and I got that download that said, you do way too much by yourself, and you don't trust your own judgment and your own discernment enough. You should go the fullest. You should be able to trust it as if you are trusting anything else that your body does. Right? Anything else that your body does. Not because I had bad experiences with people doesn't mean that every single person will do that. That's why you have to use your discernment. That's why you have to be clear about what it is that you want to do. That's why you have to step in full faith and confidence of what it is that you want to bring forth. And the people will line up. The right people will line up. Because if the wrong people have lined up in the moments where I had low beliefs, low energy beliefs, and a low energy vision of myself, then damn it, the right people will follow through and line up and come to the surface and enter into the spaces where I have a higher view of myself, a high energy view of myself, where I feel now in a very authentic form. Portion of knowing that there is a margin of fear, and I even made a podcast from this a couple of years ago, that you have to be willing, to accept a margin, a portion of your life where you just don't know what's going to happen. It's like a black box. You do not know what's going to jump out of it. This is the same situation. You do not know what's going to come out of it. So when I was talking to this other person, that's really the thought that came to mind. Like, wow, you do a lot of things by yourself. You do a lot of things by yourself. And again, it's nothing wrong with that, doing things by yourself. But I'm not an island. I love solitude, but at the same time, it is okay for me to show myself to people and have people around me that also enjoy my space and my presence. Okay, not everybody considers me to be a hinder, and not everybody just wants to use me for the fact that I'm smart, or I know how to do certain things very well, or that I'm a kind person, or I'm very helpful. It's not just that. It makes me remember a video that I posted on TikTok. I'm going to put it here as well.
Here's a life hack I think I should have learned in middle school or high school, but I learned it in the...
This message, 10 out of 10, period. And this message is specifically, generally, really great for people, but specifically for women, really, really something that you need to take into account. Because most of the time women want to be seen as the kind person, the helpful person. Oh, she's so kind, she's so sweet. No. Why are you doing that? Go back to the video, listen to it again. Why this might be something that is detrimental to the growth and also the full embodiment of who you are as a person. You do not want to personify or embody a trait, a skill of what you possess. For instance, you are a kind person, but that doesn't mean that the only thing that you are is a kind person. The danger in that is that people will use you for just being the kind person because it benefits them for what it is that they can come to get from you. Get it? So that what she is giving as a solution is something that I also do. I have done that for a lot of years. And that is, you show people also the unpleasant traits about yourself because, one, it gives you the opportunity to create boundaries for yourself, but also show people exactly how you want to be treated and what you will or will not tolerate in interactions and in situations. To give an example, one of the traits that I have is that I can be very direct and very dry in my reactions to people. And people find that to be unpleasant. And I use that in interactions where I do not want to interact with people when they have bad energy, or I just don't want to interact with you because that's not my level. Why the F am I talking to you? In the past, I would not do it. I would just, smile and be like, I wanted to be kind, wanted to be seen as the kind person. But now I really don't give a F if you want to see me as a kind or not kind person. If I do not want to do that, I don't do that. Unpopular opinion, but it has saved me a lot, and it has also made me be the full person that I am and not just the poster child of being a kind woman. For parents of young children, teenagers, this is an absolutely great opportunity to teach them to be the fullness of who they are. Do not place your children into a box of you have to be nice, you have to be kind, you have to be helpful. These are traits, skills. Yes, you can train them, but do not teach your children to be the embodiment, the poster child of these traits. You are really not helping to develop themselves to be full people in this life.
I felt very much tolerated and more used for the skills that I have instead of being seen as a full person. I still have the rest of my life. I still have a beautiful life ahead of me, starting each and every single new day, for people to see the fullness of me, that are allowed to see the fullness of me, because not everybody is granted access. Okay? Not everybody's granted access. I'm sorry. That's just what it is. That is one of the lessons, but also the skill sets that I have been able to develop. Not everybody deserves to get the best of you, and not everybody deserves to get access towards you. Some people, they can ask a question and they need to keep it moving, and it's like, hi and bye. I ain't got nothing else for you. I ain't got nothing else for you. I learned a little about myself today. And here's another thing I think a lot of artists and creatives definitely deal with, and that is, as much as we believe that we are in our own comfortable world where we get to do the things how we want to do it and when we want to do it, it is also a protective shield for us not to get hurt by the world. It is a protective shield for us not to get hurt by the world, because the world has so much to say about us. You need to get a job. You need to get a real job. Art is not a job. Can you really make a living out of it? When are you going to be an adult? Or don't children just do art or create, be a creative? Or what is that for time? All of those judgments and rules and regulations, of course, artists are pretty much, and creatives are pretty much on themselves and by themselves, because the world has so much shit to say the whole time. The world has a lot of shit to say about how things need to look, feel, and smell. So no wonder artists will want to figure things out by themselves. But we even know we ain't no Superman, Superwoman. Do I look like Bionic Woman? I know I move like her. And I got to say, motherhood definitely helped with that. Having a son and having to raise him, as a solo parent. Yeah, that's a toughie. And even though I really had the help of family members, I still had to do it by myself. The woes that I go through being a mother, me. So that definitely helped me to just pick up the pace. Do things by yourself. I ain't got time to be waiting for another. Come on, are you in or are you out? Right? Girl, move it, granny. I adapted myself to that, and it's a skill. It's a skill, but it's not the personification of me. I do not want to open up a dictionary, and when you see Independence, Bionic Woman, you see my face.
Ooh-wee. What a conversation. A little bit heavy. And I got to be honest with you, as I'm watching that clip back, I kind of got choked up because I saw how I was and also how I walked through life. And it just makes you realize that there are moments where self reflection and self awareness can really help you, but you have to be vulnerable. And that is what that clip is actually about. Be vulnerable. Show some vulnerability towards yourself, but also towards the world. And I got to be honest with you, I definitely saw moments where I just had this spark in my eye that got it. Like, that is it. That is it. Yes, experiences in life can make us jaded. Certain people in life can make us want to take a spaceship and just move from this planet because it's just ghetto. It's hella ghetto. But it doesn't mean that life doesn't have more for you to offer. And that life also has more to offer to you. Vulnerability, that word is just key. It's a key word. And I want to implement it a lot more. That doesn't mean that you now have to allow everything and everything is right and handy dandy. You know, the world still has its evilness. But it's what you focus on, right? What do you focus on? And are you trusting yourself enough to have the right discernment over situations and people? Let me know here in the comment section what you think about this particular segment. How are you dealing with it, right? Let me know about it. I would love to know what it is that you think about this. Another great aspect of being vulnerable towards myself and also the world and where I'm standing as a contemporary artist is that I get to meet and talk to people that get me. And what I mean by that is I have an idea and people are like, oh yeah, that's dope. I did that too. Yeah, here are some pointers. And if you need some help, let's meet up. Let's talk. So that's what I did. I talked with somebody in my network. I just came from the restaurant. We had a great time. We had a great time. Learned a lot, got a lot of pointers, and now I'm on the ferry getting back to Amsterdam Central to pick up and to get to the bus. And that is the beauty of being vulnerable towards yourself, but also towards your environment. That you get to meet the people that are actually right for you. You get into a space that is right for you. Had I not had that particular experience where I saw that, there are moments where you get to use your independence, your self-sufficiency, your, all of those great things, then I still would have been in a shell, right? I still would have been in a shell. And that's sad. That would be a sad way of going through life. It would be a sad way of going through life, don't you think? So now we're heading at Civica Set O's because I'm picking up my painting that was part of their contest of Zomer Salon, which is basically like a summer edition of a contest that they organizing for people to join in. You can be an amateur. It could also be that you are a professional. Anyway, for people, it's open to people to participate. And the theme was skin. So now you see a couple of works hanging here. It's not all of the work because this was also the day that people started to pack up their work and take it home with them. So here and there, you just see, a couple of the work. It's not all of the work. This was the day that I also picked up my painting. All right. And I saw some pieces. I was like, okay, this is not some amateur type of thing, right? I could see the distinction between the people that were amateurs and the people that were more along with it. But then again, what is amateur? What is professional? Because sometimes I see work and I'm like, a professional did this? And it's a professional. If you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. Right? I think I'm going to make a new video about that as well. a new video where I'm talking about, well, professional, amateur, this whole thing about it. And even though the distinction is there for people to see and also to understand what it means when you are an amateur artist or a professional artist. Yeah. For me, sometimes the question is, what are you a professional in? I don't know if I'm being shady or am I being too real about things? I mean, I don't know. And when are you actually an amateur? What makes you an amateur, basically? These are, not just this question, but these are questions that have been going through my mind for the longest. Like, what makes you actually the amateur? Because I've seen some work from people who are considered, and I'm using air quotations, amateurs, and you see their work, and it's like, oh my God, let me pick up my stuff, because what the hell is it that I'm doing? And then you see people who are being considered to be professionals, people who have been, who are seen and being celebrated as the biggest of the biggest, and you see the work, and it's like, are you for real? Are you for real? Again, I don't know if I'm being shady. I know I'm not, because I know I'm definitely not the only one who has that thought. And I'm definitely going to make a video about that. So just sit back and relax for that. I'm definitely going to make a video about that. So I decided to pick up the painting and bring it back to my studio. Some of my paintings are still in my home, but my studio is not big enough yet to have all of the paintings over there in the gallery part of the studio. So I decided to put it over there, to hang it over there, because I was in a neighborhood, and for me to go all the way back to Sandom and bring it over there, I wasn't feeling it. By the way, I had a dinner planned the same evening in Amsterdam, so I was like, listen, if I go home, take off these shoes, take off this hot ass sweater, I'm not going out anymore. And my son was already, I was about to have dinner with my son and a couple of other people, his girlfriend and her mother. I was like, I'm not going anywhere. And my son was already hitting me up like 911, like, are you coming? Are you coming? You sure you're coming? Because I already told him it's going to be a long day for me. I'm going to be going here and there, just flying around town, doing everything that I'm doing. So no, I decided to bring it to the studio, and I was like, you know what? It's good to bring it to the studio, put it in the gallery part, and the gallery getting more feeling and more paintings in it. So I decided to go over there and just create more content for you guys instead of instead of me painting and everything else, because that would definitely be a reason for me to say I'm not coming. The moment that I'm in my spirit and in my zone, I am not coming anymore. So we're coming close to the end of this video, and I hope all of y'all enjoyed it. It was a little bit heavy one, but y'all can take this. This is something that I see y'all definitely like, and I also noticed that there are new subscribers coming in. Thank you so much. I hope y'all enjoying yourself. And for those who are coming in, going back, listen, you already know that you want to be part of it, right? Subscribe to the channel. Weekly videos every Thursday at 8 p.m. Now, this is the moment that I'm going to say goodbye. Enjoy the rest. Like this video. And, this is a good one. If you do want to be updated on new videos that I post here on the channel, hit that notification bell. You will never miss another video. All right? See you next time, guys. back here in the studio, and I got some items out of my store, some artsy goodies. Now, in my art shop, I have the original art prints and also some artsy goodies. That's how I like to call them, artsy goodies. And these are actually items that you can use in your everyday life. These are notebooks, t-shirts, stationery, etc., etc., accessories, great things that you can use. So here I ordered 2 samples. One is a tote bag and the other one is a notebook. I love the tote bag. I've been using it now a couple of times and I absolutely love the tote bag. She is tantalizing. Okay, so if you got a weak heart, this is not for you, but I do have different designs from my artworks on tote bags, so you can definitely choose another one if this is a little bit spicy for you. Not everybody can handle it. And the other one is a notebook. It's like a pretty standard notebook, but I just love the vibrancy of the notebook. It's such a stand out. So for those who want to know how to get my art, and maybe you're looking for something else that might be in your budget, in your price region, these 2 items are definitely worthwhile to take. So go over to the website and get you some of these goodies. Okay, I'm going to talk about what that project is and what the event is.